Okay, so we've done his hat, we've got his body, so now we need to start working on his face. So his face with snowmen, they usually use different objects to create his eyes and his nose and his mouth. So I'm going to kind of stick to the classic interpretations of snowmen. Um, if you go by Frosty the Snowman, he has a button nose, two eyes made out of coal, a corn cob pipe, and I think I'm going to use that. Now, I've seen in a lot of snowmen designs they use a carrot for the nose, and you could do that. Um, the reason why I'm leaning towards a button nose is because I'd like to print him in 3D and have a model of him, a figurine, and a carrot is a protruding object that would cause issues with it being printed in 3D, so might not be the best thing to use for a nose. So, you don't have to do exactly what I do, but especially if you don't intend to want to print this out. But I'm going to create a button for his nose. So we're going to make a button next. All right. So one of the first things you can do, it's what I've talked about before, you always need visual reference when you're creating models or objects in 3D. So you can go to Google and Google in buttons and click on image, and you'll see you get all these great photo references of buttons. Now, to me, this is pretty much a classic look of a button. So it's basically, if you look at it, it's a flat disc with a torus or wrapped around it and four holes in it. So that's the object we're going to make. Okay, so we'll go back to Tinkercad and we'll start with a cylinder. Okay, and then we're going to bring in a torus. Okay, so this torus is a little too fat, so let's try a skinnier one. So I'll delete it and we'll try this one instead. Okay, that works better. All right, so let's select them both and go to adjust, align. We're going to align them on the side and the front. Okay, so click away. So the cylinder's a little big, so let's select the corner here, hold shift, left mouse button, and then let's select them both again and go to adjust, align, side align, front align. Okay, that's pretty good. And now we're going to flatten the cylinder. Okay, so we select this at the top and let's flatten it out. Okay, you can probably make that a little thinner. I want to make it just a little bit thinner. Oh, that was as far as we could go. So I'm going to undo it. Okay, and then we're going to select it again. Now we're going to align it here, which will put it in the middle of the torus. Okay. We can make that all one color. Let's go red. All right. Now we're going to make the four holes in the center. So let's drag in the cylinder. Now let's make it really small. So we're going to shift, corner, select the corner, left mouse button, We'll push it in real. Let's try that. We'll drag it over. Okay. Let's maybe just push it into 3. There we go. And let's go edit, duplicate that, and we'll use the arrow key and just move it over. And then I'm going to shift select both of them and go edit, duplicate, and then use the arrow. Okay. Now we want to try and get it as centered as possible. So I'm going to select both. I'm going to turn them to holes. Alright, and I'm just going to try and center this as much as possible. So one of the things we can do, alright, so select these and we're going to move them a little closer. Okay. And then select them both and we're going to group them. Okay. And then once they're grouped, now they're an object. So I'm going to switch them back to a normal color. So it's a solid object. I'm going to select all of them, go under Adjust, Align, and we'll just align it this way and this way. And there, now the holes are perfectly aligned. Okay? So select this group again, turn them to holes. Select the cylinder, shift select the holes, and go group. And there we go. We have our button. Okay. All right. Now let's just quickly place it on his face. So I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to turn them into a group. Okay. And then we're going to come in here and rotate it on the inside dial so it'll snap to 90 degrees. Okay. And we'll move this up. And if you want to move it fast in one direction, hold Shift. And you can keep it along an axis. And I'm going to use the arrow key. Just bring it forward, the right arrow key on my keyboard. Alright, so it's a little big. That's easy to fix. So we're going to select the corner, hold Shift, left mouse button. Wow, that was weird. Let's try that again. So just move parallel, and that keeps it from getting all weird. Okay, let's move it up again. And we'll move it over. Okay, it's still a little big. So I'm going to hit F to frame, which brings it in the center. And we'll do it again. We'll select the corner, Shift, go undo. There we go. I think that'll work. And place it on his face. All right, so we got his button nose. Need to flatten it out a little bit. Okay. So on our next lesson, we'll put in his eyes. All right, see you then.
Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.